Hello everyone, my name is Min and I am your dead DM, and today we are animating this cute little all-nighter survival guide doodle of Patty reading and Sin asleep on her arm. All-Nighter Survival Guide is an absurdist comedy teaching about self-care, mental health, and good work ethics. We have an amazing team of volunteers that I am so grateful for. Thank you for your support. So I wanted to do something different this time. For my personal Inktober goal, I wanted to fill an entire sketchbook with only all-nighter survival guide concepts and art. I've been meaning to make a video where I flip through the pages of the sketchbook and show the concepts. I know some people get really nervous sharing their sketchbooks because people draw personal art in them, and sometimes, sketches aren't really up to the creator's standards. I think it's so important for young artists to realize that it's okay not to draw perfectly every time. Sometimes sketching is more about the idea than the skill. I mean, just look at some of my garbage sketches. But for today's Anidoodle, I pulled a concept out of the all-nighter sketchbook. So for this one, as you can see, I roughed over the previous sketch on the right, and we have a lot of references to go off of this week. 2 sketchbook pages, Sin's official turnaround, Patty's official character page, and fan art done by Miss Megan's Animation. Megan is one of the collaborators on All-Nighter Survival Guide and did the storyboards for the Halloween episode. She is an amazing artist and I absolutely adore her work. Originally in the series, Patty was only supposed to make an appearance in episode 2 as this mysterious girl with a burger. However, Megan added her into the Halloween episode, which gave me time to take a look at our burger girl, which was only her name at the time, and evaluate and refine her character beyond her original intention. As far as background characters go, Patty is a production favorite, and in the Halloween episode, the art and OC YouTuber Atari provided the voice acting for her. So if I've timed this out correctly, you should be seeing me flip the image. Apparently Toon Boom 16 has an option for flipping the canvas, however, I'm still animating in Toon Boom Harmony Premium 14. So I'm flipping the whole layer. In a previous episode, I showed the prices for Toon Boom subscriptions. However, if you are a college student with a school email, the premium Toon Boom is only $17, or at least it was when I subscribed to it, instead of $70. I am currently afraid to update my Toon Boom because I don't want to pay $70. That's a lot of money per month that I don't have. Just a little tip for other artists out there. So while the book doesn't look amazing, a quick tip is if you hold down Shift, every Toon Boom brush and pencil will make a straight line. Most programs have this where holding Shift will make a straight line, so if you have unsteady hands like me, this is really helpful whenever you want a straight edge and don't want to use a line tool. Making Patty really went by faster than I thought she would, which is a good thing. That is a good thing. She took roughly 2 hours to finish, if that. The whole animation took, I think, about 6. And yeah, so that's pretty good. The all-nighter characters have relatively simple designs. There are a few stylistic things that make the episodes hard to do when it comes to them, but overall, they're still very simple. I'll just dive into the node view here. As always, I'm in the node view making sure things can be parented but still be visible in their correct places in the layers. Then I moved on to Sin. Now, in All-Nighter Survival Guide, Sin is the protagonist. In the main episodes, which you can watch episode 2 of if you join my Patreon, a narrator is telling the viewer genuine tips and advice of how to take care of themselves in stressful work environments. The series is heavily marketed to artists, however, the concepts and advice and tips are applicable to any all-nighter situation, anywhere you work hard and lose sleep. Sin, the main character, is the only person in the created universe who can hear the narrator's voice, so it is just Sin and the audience. Much like Disney's old Goofy shorts. I don't know how many people remember the Disney Goofy shorts. The kind of style also is heavily inspired by the game The Stanley Parable, which I have played on my channel before, and I want to again really soon. I know they're remaking the game, so I'm big excited. They're kind of the idea of Stanley Parable is there is a narrator, and then you as the player decide whether to listen and follow his story or ignore him and fight him every step of the way. It's pretty cool, and it just inspired this a lot. Overall, on the doodle, I really like how the poses turned out in the final art. It made me really glad I used the rougher sketch from my sketchbook instead of the actual Inktober illustration. I really wanted this to look sweet, so Patty's just gonna gently nudge her head to the side. And I get the rigging tool to work this week, unlike last week, so I can just have her hair bounce a little. I wanted the animation very subtle, very sweet. You know, Sin's main action in this is just breathing, so it was pretty easy to do. And you know, she slides down Patty's arm, and then Patty just hoists her and the book back up, and then the cycle repeats. Another new thing for this episode is showing the compositing process. For that, I use After Effects. From Toon Boom, I exported the frames as transparent files called Targa 4 files. Then I imported the sequence into After Effects and started messing with it. To do shades and drop shadows, I duplicate the animation, pick the color of the shadow that I want, then I use the trick map to make the solid animated. This makes an animated shadow, which can then be made as a drop shadow and then be masked again to make a shade on the character. This is used in TV as the main way to backlight characters, and it's pretty simple to do. Then I used a mask to turn the shade on the characters into a gradient and prepare for the light source I'm about to add in. I'm adding in a moon and giving it a radial glow that will flicker, and the stars in the same way flicker faster. To make lights flicker, you can use a wiggle expression on the radial glow and then expand the glow radius. And that should bring us to final lighting edits and the end of the episode. So let me just say thank you everyone for turning into episode 4 of Anidoodle. This one was really fun because I'm animating my children. it's nice to get to talk about them. And if you want me to do more Anidoodles of them, that would be probably cool, because I bet I've been a lot more interesting this episode. A quick note that will date this video, and this part is the unscripted part of the video. Saturday, during the Jackbox Party stream, I reached my first Patreon goal. The Patreon goal was $20 a month, and you can see probably on this end card, this just happened Saturday, so I didn't have time to draw the new Patreon's icons yet, but those two black circles are the placeholders for them. And I am so grateful, because I'm an animator in LA, but money is so tight, and I was getting to the point where I wasn't sure how much longer I could be doing this. And just so many of my friends and members of my family have been chipping in to help. I know some friends of mine have sent me boxes of food because I didn't have money for food last week. So I've had friends send me food, and my granddad sent me food and put some money in my account for rent, but I was still short of rent. And I had a few friends rise up to the occasion and help me get money for rent. And I'm fucking crying in a video! So I am beyond grateful for everyone right now. I have a little bit of imposter syndrome. Whenever I get help, I'm I have so much trouble processing that I would be worth supporting. I really want to make sure I'm always doing my part. So this is my second time trying to record what the Patreon goal is. I have, in the $20 goal that we reached, I promised that I would do a live stream where I answered any question about myself that the audience asked, and spent the stream drawing requests from the audience. Sometime in February, I will do a long live stream. The other part of the goal was, if we reach $20, I would make more goals. So currently I am thinking of what to do. But yeah, I'm rambling again. I can't stop rambling this episode, apparently. I should have scripted this thank you. So let me just cut myself free. Let me just let this loose. Thank you for watching this. And feel free to share this if you want. The fan art that's been scrolling for how long have I been not reading, this isn't scripted. How long have I been babbling on this outro? Oof, that's 20 minutes of me just screaming at a microphone about this. Okay, that'll be heavily cut down. So, if you're wondering, this fan art scrolling is done by Missy Megan's Animation. You can find a link to Megan's Instagram and YouTube in the description above the Patreon link. Megan is a fantastic storyboard artist, and she has been amazing to work with, like everyone else on my team that I am beyond grateful for. I don't know how many times I can express that. Go to Megan's Instagram, check out her work, go to her YouTube channel. She has some awesome shit on her YouTube channel, including the Halloween episode's animatic. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I really hope you have a wonderful day.